Morning. Just getting the truck loaded up. I got a spot I want to go scape up. I did a little bit previously to this spot because one of the local homies wanted to like build a little like bowl slash snake run type thing there. But I've kind of been lagging on getting over there. I've just been having too much stuff to do. So we're going to take care of that today. So I'll see you when we get over there. Just do a real quick before walkthrough. We got a little Jersey barrier right here. Obviously the quarter pipes and stuff. And the idea is to make the flowy section right here. So the idea is to like do tricks over this Jersey barrier and then kind of like flow through here around into that quarter pipe. You'll get a better idea of what it looks like obviously when we get it built, but yeah.
What up? Welcome back to another episode of Scape and Destroy, a series where I go around to overgrown skate spots, skate parks, DIYs. I landscape them up, and then I skate. Today I'm somewhere up in the Santa Cruz mountains scaping up this little DIY. A good buddy of mine told me about this spot. He said that he had plans on building it out more and that he could use my help scaping it up. I was actually here a few months back and cleaned it up a little bit, but we're going to get it nice and scaped up properly today. This little section that I'm doing right here isn't necessarily part of the DIY, but I figured that I would scape it up anyways just so that we can use it in the future. Not only that, but y'all should know by now that I usually like to scape up more than just the actual skate spot. And if you don't know, then now you know. But anyways, I didn't expose the entirety of this concrete pad right here just because I have so much in store for me, as you'll see. But don't worry, I'll get that fully exposed in another video. I was able to get a nice little jump start on it today, and it was worth it because I was able to skate part of it. You'll see what I mean later on in the video. But anyways, I hope you guys liked today's video. I'm gonna pop back in and out with my thoughts and updates on things. We got a long one today, so maybe go grab a drink and a snack and settle in. Haha. It's crazy how there's trash literally everywhere you go.
All right, I'm gonna start shoveling all this sand. I want to get it out of here because it's supposed to start raining tomorrow, so get that done before it gets nice and sopping wet.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I had a lot in store for myself. There's a crap ton of sand and dirt and all kinds of other stuff that I got to shovel out of here. I had like 3 or 4 different people pass me while I was working on this spot and tell me that they live in the area. Actually, there's quite a bit more than that passed me, but anyways, the 3 to 4 that passed me specifically told me they knew of this spot and had previously dug it out too. One of them told me that when he first found it, the whole thing was completely underground basically. It got me thinking as to how long this spot's actually been here and how many people have done the same thing.
Battery dead.
I was trying to be quiet at this spot. I didn't want to blow it up, so I just wanted to use my electric tools here. That's honestly one of my favorite parts about the electric tools is they're so quiet. Although they can be quite expensive, they definitely cut down on the interactions that you have with the Karens that don't like the blowers. I'm sure everyone that's in the landscaping industry has at least 1 or 2 stories of dealing with one of them. Let me know down in the comments if you have one.
All right, I found the ends of the concrete. It's pretty futile to take all this dirt off just because there's a section right there that's just straight dirt, but I'm already committed, so I'm gonna level all this out so it looks a little bit nicer. Finish getting all that out of there, and then we'll carry on that way. I'm gonna take a quick break from shoveling the sand so I can weed whack all of this stuff and easily blow all the debris off.
You can see a couple of pieces poking through right here, but the last time I was here, this whole section was covered in poison oak. And for the ones that always comment and ask if I get poison oak, yes, I do get it, but I feel like I've had it so many times that I've built up kind of an immunity to it, so I don't get it that bad. It has to be really oily, or the roots. The roots always get me. Most of the time though, if I know that I'm dealing with it and I know that it got onto my skin, as long as I'm quick and get to a water source and wash it off with some soap, I usually don't get it. I feel like that goes for most people too. As long as you're quick, you should be able to avoid it. But I could be wrong. I'm no expert or doctor, so take my advice with a grain of salt. I know that people can get it really bad. Like my girlfriend, she's pretty sensitive to it. I've heard of situations where people have gotten it so bad that they needed to go to the doctor to get some sort of shot to relieve it. If you think this is a lot of sand, just wait. This is an appetizer to the main course. I think between shoveling and hauling the dirt off, I was about 4 hours of just that. By the end of it, my lower back, knees, and shoulders were definitely burning. It was a nice little workout. I'm a scrawny guy and I never go to the gym, so I need it. Ha! This is another section that had a crap ton of poison oak the last time I was here. That little bit that's around the tree right there, that's poison oak.
Battery done. Oh yeah, making some good progress. We got all the hard stuff done, all that sand picked up and stuff, so really just organizing and weed whacking the rest. But unfortunately, I'm on my last battery, so I'm gonna switch in and out between the weed whacker and the blower and handle as much as I can. I'm trying not to use my gas tools because I don't want to blow up the spot. The electric tools are a lot more quiet. And the dude that showed me this DIY, he didn't really want me to put it on the radar just yet because we're trying to build more and we don't want to get it taken out. So yeah, I'm just gonna do as much as I can with my electric tools, and then we're gonna have to come back another time to finish up the rest. All right, I'm sure you guys are wondering what's going on with this oak tree right here. I kind of left it just because it's a nice little shield from passerbys and stuff. But I'm thinking about maybe chopping it up a little bit and then removing all of this dirt because it would open up a lot more space for the DIY and to build stuff. The only reason why I'm debating not doing it is because when it rains all of it comes from right here, and it just washes and piles up all over this area and where I removed all of this dirt. So I'm not quite sure if it's worth it. I guess if I'm maintaining it on a frequent basis, then it shouldn't get that bad. But yeah, I don't know. The more I look at it, the more I feel like I should definitely do that. So I'm probably gonna take care of that another time. I'm gonna finish blowing off the DIY, and that'll probably be the end of my batteries. Dang it! That's all she wrote. All right. That's a wrap for today. Unfortunately, all my batteries are dead. And like I said, I'm not trying to blow up the spot with my gas tools. We're supposed to be getting a crap ton of rain the next few days, which is super unfortunate, but it is what it is. If it's not like really bad, I got rain gear, so I can come back and try to scape it up in between the wet weather. But if not, then I'm just gonna come back and knock it out and catch a session when the rain's past. So I'll see y'all next time. We're back, baby. Got a little bit of a break in the rain, so I'm here to scape a little bit more. All right, so the rain's definitely brought in a little bit more sand and all of that, but it's a lot less than I was expecting. So I'm definitely gonna take out this pile of sand and dirt, as well as like the stuff over here, because I believe that's where it's all washing in from. I may even get some like straw wattles or something and try to direct water in different areas so the dirt doesn't pile up as much. But I got a lot of shoveling to do, so let's get to it.
All right, here it is, that main course that I was talking about. I screwed up by not shoveling this last time when my batteries died. I just didn't think about it, but the rains did bring in some sand and stuff like we were expecting, but it wasn't that bad. It did, however, make this pile a lot more wet and heavy, which sucks. But it is what it is. We're gonna persevere and get through it anyways. There was a bunch of old landscape weed cover and rope tangled up inside of it too, which made it even more challenging. You'll see me fidgeting with it every now and then. It got quite aggravating at some points. This is a big chunk of that landscape fabric that I was talking about, and it kept giving me crap. I mentioned that I wanted to leave that overhanging oak branch just for some privacy, but now that I'm looking at it, we might have to chop it up a little bit just to utilize that space better. I'll have to confer with the OGs of the spot before I make decisions like that though. Man, I love when people are chill. You never really know what people are going to say when you're doing cleanups. And I think that for most people that walk by when I'm doing them, they're pretty aware that I'm doing it because I'm a skater. So it's nice when people walk by and they're chill and not caring like...
Oh yeah, baby. That's looking good. I think it's going to take me a while, but it'll be well worth it. And hopefully when we get rains, it won't get this bad, but we'll see.
So much shoveling. There's that stupid landscape fabric again. I hate that thing. Hey, if you haven't already and you're enjoying the video, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really like to hit 50K subscribers by the end of the year, and we're super close. I'm just about to hit 44,000. We're super close, and I can't even believe that we've come this far, and I can't thank you all enough for the support. I'm going to start traveling a lot more so I can really start pushing out the content here. I mentioned in a previous video that I was going to go up to Seattle, Washington to scape up a spot. I picked the worst time to try to do that, though, just because it's raining everywhere. It's all part of the gig now, though. I guess I'll just pick a date and go up there and try to scape it in between rains. I wanted to try to get one more out-of-state spot scaped by the end of the year, so I'm going to see if I can try to make that happen. If I can't get it done by the end of the year, though, it'll be one of my first spots that I do in 2026.
We're making progress. It's taking forever though, but I think it's going to be worth it. There's definitely going to be dirt that washes back up, but again, not to repeat myself 100 times, I think if I'm upkeeping it that it should be good. So onward we go. Angle change.
Ha 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 ha, finally I got it out. That thing was so damn annoying. Speaking of annoying, this oak tree's starting to get in my way. It's all good though, we're on the final stretch. Should be done here soon.
Oh yeah, that's looking a lot better. Obviously still have that bit of dirt left to get out of there, but instead of putting all of this buildable material back in that corner, I kind of want to utilize that later on. So I'm gonna put this back over here. So I'm gonna do a little bit of weed whack work and stuff. And then I'll stack it up nicely, like right there. Alrighty, baby, making progress. All this Scotch broom right here is pretty much dead, so I'm gonna take out most of that stuff, but I'm gonna leave in whatever's alive just for water disbursement. And then that corner right there, I'm probably gonna have to chop up a little bit with my chainsaw and then pile it up. I'm probably gonna have to bring my chipper around because there's like piles all over the place, and I could chip it up off to the side to limit the weed growth. So yeah, just a little update for y'all.
Yeah, I'll definitely come back in the future and bring my chipper and do some more chainsaw work and stuff like that. I also want to level out some of the piles of dirt that are alongside the DIY so that water flow can be a little bit easier and not go into the DIY itself.
All right, before I start moving this all over there and organizing it, I'm gonna get all of this dead Scotch broom out, and then I might do a little bit more digging right here. Not quite sure. I'm just trying to picture where the water is gonna be flowing and then kind of level out and direct the water accordingly. But we're getting rains tomorrow, so I'm gonna kind of use that as a test to see what happens now that it's all cleared up, and then we'll make adjustments from there. So. Oh yeah, baby. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I got all my buildable materials stacked up back here. I got as much of the Scotch broom as I could removed. Again, I want to keep some of the live stuff just for water disbursement. And then, yeah, I got a bunch of piles. I'm going to stack up probably off to the side. And then we'll bring my chipper back another time so that I could make chips and then put it off to the side. But we're making progress. All right, some of you guys are probably tripping out and screaming at me why I'm doing this, but the asphalt ends right here, and then the concrete ends right about there. And then all of this is dirt. So my hopes are that when water flows in from both sides, it usually flows into this area. So if there's no like mounds of dirt, I'm hoping that it'll just flow through there, and I'll get all of this stuff out of here too. But it'll hopefully go through there as well. I'm not sure. Again, we're gonna have to see what happens after the rain comes, but that's my thought process. Last battery. All right, my phone started overheating, so I'm gonna call it for today. I just finished up this little section and that, then I did a nice little blow, but I still have a couple things to do. I wanted to get all of this dirt out. I initially thought it was good, but I want to get it leveled to where this is. And then there's some dirt back here that I need to get, but I'm gonna leave it for now just because I want it to be like kind of a guide for when the water comes. And then again, we're just gonna use this as a test for the next few days since we're gonna get a bunch of rain to see like what happens. But yeah, she's really coming together. Yo, check it out. I just found a silver spoon. I don't know what that stamp is, but it says Sterling right there. Sick. Looks pretty cool too. I gotta just snag this pile of trash and then load up my tools, and then I'll do one final walkthrough before we head out. Oh yeah, it's looking good. Super stoked for this part to be cleared out. And I left the overhanging branch just because we want privacy, like I said earlier. All right, everyone, that's a wrap for today. I'm gonna wait for a break in the rain again. I think we got another 3 days coming at us, but once it's dry enough to get back here, I'll come and finish it up, and then we'll catch a session. So I'll see you then. Third and final day, baby. Got a break in the rains. I was going stir crazy in my house, dreaming of the spot, finishing it up, but we're here today. And check it out. Damage isn't that bad. We got a little bit of dirt that washed up, obviously, but I think that shoveling all of these piles out of here was definitely worth it. Like I said, if I'm maintaining it frequently, then I think we should have a pretty solid little DIY. As you can tell, it definitely brought in a couple piles, but it's not a crazy amount. This is the worst area right here. Got to figure out something. I was gonna shovel this area out a little bit just because I was thinking that water was going to flow right there, go along this side, and if I get a wattle, put it right there, then it should bring less water into here, I believe. But we'll do those things like over time. I blew it off real quick. Got all the puddles off except for that guy over there in the corner, just so it could dry up quicker, and then I'll start shoveling up these piles.
All right, just about to finish up the cleanup. Just got to do some finishing touches, and then we'll start skating. This is what built up after 2 days of rain. Once I get the rest of that dirt shoveled out from the DIY, like I was saying earlier, and then bring in some wattles to try to redirect the water, I think it'll be even less. Alright, baby, we're just about to finish up. I just gotta finish this final blow and then we're good to go. Here's a couple of before and after shots of what the DIY looked like before I scaped it up. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. All in all, this cleanup took me 3 different days to complete, 15 hours in total of labor. Pretty juiced to get this one cleaned up since it's a local spot to me, and you know that I like to get local spots cleaned up considering we don't have too many. I can't wait to get this place fully built out and show you guys what it looks like once it's complete. It's gonna be super fun. But I'm gonna get out of here so you guys can enjoy the skate session without me yapping behind it. Leave any feedback y'all may have down in the comments. I love hearing what y'all have to say.
I forgot how short the run up was. It's super quick footed, so I put the wood right here. Kind of. Oh, what the hell? Okay. Whoops. There we go. The landing's like slightly uphill, so you pretty much just stop right away. Last time I was doing that trick, I didn't shovel this spot and I kept landing in the dirt. It was really annoying. That was weird. No speed. What the heck? Babyest tap to my knee. Oh, supposed to go down the ramp. Not gonna get much better than that, so I'm taking it. Try to clean up a bit. Woo! Ah. Oh! Keep missing these interactions with the neighbors, but every single person that's walked by has been super stoked. A couple came by last time I was here and they were like, oh my gosh, I haven't even seen this spot, I didn't even know it was here. They were really stoked. People walk their dogs around here too, so I think they're hyped to see the area getting cleaned up. I've actually been debating if I should scape all of the rest of the trail, at least to the gate where my truck is parked, just because again, people use this area a lot. So let me know if you guys want to see that. I'm just trying to do stalls because I don't want to wax it up and stuff until we get the rest of it built. I want to have homie that actually built this here out of respect. Sure you can tell, but I don't skate switch at all. Oh, I can't wait for this place to be fully built out. It's gonna be so sick. I wanted to show you that you can piece together some lines, although it's a little hard. It's possible. Just trying to get creative. Oh yeah. All right, everyone. That's a wrap for today's video. Like I said, the spot's a little hard to skate. You got to get creative as it sits right now, but we're gonna build it out, so it'll get more and more fun as time goes on. As always, I just want to let you all know that if you do know where this spot is and you come, just please be respectful of the surrounding area. Neighbors come and walk their dogs and stuff, and yeah, just got to keep the spot clean, pack your trash, all that good stuff. Recently, I went to the Aptos ditch, and there was some trash there. It's pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. Just please try to keep the spots clean, and yeah, be respectful. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but we don't want to lose these spots. A lot of work and effort and money goes into them, so yeah, thank you guys. If you can, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, engage as much as you can, because it really helps the videos. The more eyes that we can get on the channel, the more we grow, the more spots that I can clean up and get out into the world. I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone that's been buying stuff from the merch store recently and leaving donations, especially Michael Gray. I want to give a huge shout out to you. Over the past month, you've donated about $550 through Super Chats, and it's literally insane to me that you guys are being so supportive. And I hinted at talking to a sponsor earlier in the video. Hopefully that all works out and we can build a long-form relationship. That way I can lay off of promoting my merch and the donation link so much. But as it is right now, you guys are really saving me in terms of travel costs, all of that good stuff, tool maintenance, you know, the list goes on. But yeah, I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone that's been supporting that way. So yeah, huge thank you to everyone that's been tuning in and the continued support. And I'll see you in the next one. Much love, everyone.